Hello, thank you for joining me today and learning about how to use Club Runner. In this video, we will be going over and reviewing many of the widgets that are currently available within the Club Runner website live designer. Each of these widgets will be able to help you improve your website homepage and share more information with visitors to your website. While we won't be able to cover every widget that's currently available, we will be discussing some of the more commonly used ones. Hopefully, after watching this video, you'll be able to take away the knowledge that you've learned, and you can feel free to test out any of the other widgets that are made available to you. Before we get started, there is one thing that we should know beforehand. In order to access the website live designer, you will require an access level of 30, which is for site administrators, while logged into a club level website, or if you're working on a district level website, you will require the administrator access right instead. For more information on access levels, please see the What Access Levels Are There in Club Runner article on our support knowledge base, clubrunnersupport.com. Now that we know what we need in order to access the website live designer, let's actually go ahead and navigate to it. To begin, we will first need to log in to your club or district's member area. Once you have logged in, click on Website in the top blue navigation menu, and then Homepage Designer. Once you are here, you will notice a few different sections. On the left-hand side, you will see a live preview of your website, so that you can see exactly what your website will look like as you continue to edit it and include more and more content within it. On the right-hand side is where you will find all of your different website widgets, which will allow you to place and organize content on your website. Now, if you haven't worked with the website live designer previously, I would recommend you pause this video and go check out our website live designer basics video tutorial, which will guide you through step-by-step how you can use the live designer to customize your website. This includes changing your website theme, your website layout, as well as how you can actually place widgets on your homepage. Today, we will be discussing some of the various different widgets that are currently available to you within the website live designer and how they function. Now, with all of that said, let's get started. First, you may notice that there are a number of different sections that appear within the content section of the website designer. These include pre-formatted widgets, essentials, carousels, links, events, bulletin and PR, as well as the global custom widgets and the page-specific custom widgets. These are all various different categories of widgets that you can select, and each one of these categories hosts a number of different widgets that you can use on your website. Now, let's take a look at our first widget category, the pre-formatted widgets. Pre-formatted widgets are very simple widgets that are available for your website. They can be used to place content anywhere on a given page. However, they are very much what you see is what you get. The format or layout of these widgets cannot be changed. To use a pre-formatted widget, all you need to do is click and drag on the desired widget and place it wherever you would like on your homepage. In this example, I've placed the article with left image pre-formatted widget. While we're discussing this specific widget, pretty much all of the information that we will discuss can be used for any other pre-formatted widget as well. Now that the widget has been placed on our page, we can see each of the fields that are available for us to use with this specific widget. In the case of this article with left image widget, we have access to a header field, a main body content field, a section to place an image, as well as a little button link that can be used too. To edit any given section, all you need to do is hover your mouse cursor over it and click on the pencil or edit icon. For the header and body sections, you will then be able to type in whatever content you would like to include. Now, this is a little different for the other two sections of this pre-formatted widget. Clicking on the pencil icon of the image section will allow you to select an image from your website's image library. Double-click an image to select it and place it within the widget. Before we move on to the next widget category, I did want to make a note that the article with left image widget shares each of its sections with the other pre-formatted widgets as well. This means that effectively, each pre-formatted widget functions exactly the same. Some will have different sections than others, but each section will all be able to be edited just like every other widget. Now, let's move on from the pre-formatted widgets and we can talk about the essential widget category. The Essentials category contains many of the most commonly used widgets across Club Runner, allowing the club to share a variety of different types of information. Many of the widgets within this category will automatically display information that has been entered into Club Runner already, meaning that you have very little work to do in getting these widgets set up. This includes the Meeting Information widget, the Club Stories and News, as well as the Club Executive Information widget. Now, let's go ahead and drag in the Meeting Information widget. This widget will allow a club to display their regular meeting information with visitors to their website. This includes basic information about the club, like the meeting date, time, and location. You can edit all of this information by hovering your mouse cursor over the widget and clicking on the Edit Widget icon in the center. This will bring you to the club information page, where you can begin editing all of your club's basic information. Once you are happy with your changes, click on the Go Back button link to be brought back to the website designer. If you would like to adjust the look and feel of this widget, hover your mouse cursor over it and click on the gear or cog icon to open up the widget properties. This will allow you to adjust settings, like adding a border around the widget, adding additional padding to the edges, as well as being able to change the title of the widget and adjust the colors of the background and content, in addition to being able to hide or show some of the specific links within the widget. Many of these options will be available across just about every widget available within Club Runner. However, some widgets may have their own special properties that you can adjust to change the overall layout of the widget. So I recommend taking a look at the properties of each widget you intend to use and what they do. Don't forget to hit the save button when you're done. Now, let's talk about the Executives and Directors widget for a moment. This widget allows you to display a list of your club's current year executives and directors right on your homepage. Just like every other widget, you need to drag and drop the widget where you would like it to appear from the Essentials category. In this case, however, it looks like we already have one displayed here. The information displayed within this widget is automatically taken from the Executive and Directors page within your website's member area. The great thing about this is that if that list is ever updated, this widget will automatically be updated as well to reflect those changes. You can click on the Edit Widget icon to be brought directly to the Executives and Directors page within the member area to make any necessary changes. Additionally, you can click on the Properties icon to further adjust the look of the widget. Now, what if your club would like to share news articles or stories with visitors to your website? This can be done through the use of the Homepage Stories or Homepage News widgets. Placing these widgets will allow you to share recent stories that have been created within Club Runner with visitors. By default, only the Story Brief section of the story will be displayed, and users can click on the Read More option to view the full story. Clicking on the Edit Widget icon for the Stories widget will bring you to the Stories for Homepage page within the member area. From here, you can add additional stories that will appear within the widget by clicking on the Add Stories from Story Library button. Click on Go Back to navigate back to the website designer. Now, just like the previous widgets we discussed, the Stories widget has all of the same properties that can be accessed by clicking on the Properties icon. However, at the bottom of the Properties window, you will find some additional properties specific to the Stories widget. These include the layout, the option to include a Show Read More link, as well as an Items to Display option. The Layout section will allow you to change the way that the Stories widget looks and is laid out across your website. The Regular option is simply a list of stories like we saw earlier. The Columns section will display each story in multiple vertical columns, while the Scrollable option displays each story in a horizontal menu, which you can scroll along to view additional stories. The Show Read More link option allows you to choose whether a Read More button is displayed, which when clicked will bring users to a dedicated page to read the full story. While the Items to Display option allows you to limit the amount of stories that can appear within the Stories widget at one time. This helps to keep only the most recent or important stories visible on the page. You will also see some additional properties under Content Properties, such as the Show Content Item Title, which will show or hide individual story titles, Show Thumbnail Image, which will show or hide the story's thumbnail image if one has been uploaded, and Show Brief, which will show or hide the story brief section of your story. For more information on how to create stories, please see our website content webinar or How Do I Create and Edit Stories article on our clubrunnersupport.com website. Now these were some of the more commonly used widgets in the Essentials widget category. Let's move on to our next category, which is the Carousels section. This section only contains one type of widget, which is the Dynamic Carousel. The Dynamic Carousel will allow you to upload images to create an animated banner that will rotate between all of the different images that have been uploaded. Let's go ahead and take a look. First, we'll need to place a Dynamic Carousel widget on our homepage. Once it's done, you will be automatically redirected to the Details for Dynamic Carousel page to begin editing and putting together our carousel. On this page, there are a few different sections that we need to take a look at. The first is the Carousel Properties, which allows you to set a description of your carousel. The Widget Properties allows you to adjust the properties of the widget itself, including the standard set of widget properties, as well as the type of animation, how long it takes for the widget to transition between images, as well as additional styling options like slide indicators to show which image you are viewing. I recommend taking a look at each of these settings and having it set up how you like. Finally, there is the Carousel Slides section. This is where we can actually go and upload our images to our carousel. Click on the Upload Slide button to add a single image, or upload multiple slides to add several images at once. For more in-depth information on how to create a carousel, please see our Dynamic Carousel Help articles on our Support Knowledge Base website. Now, let's click Go Back to continue. The Links widgets allow you to share any number of internal or external links with visitors to your website. Whether this be links to sister clubs and organizations, links to various charities, or just quick links to navigate around the website. After placing a Links widget on your homepage, you will be brought to the Manage Links page where you can click on Add New Link to begin adding to the list. During this process, there are a few options for you to select from. Display As allows you to display your link as a piece of text that users can click on, like a standard link. Alternatively, you can click on the Image option and select any image from your ClubRunner image library, which will be displayed instead of the text. Clicking on the image will bring the visitor to the associated link just like normal. The Link Type lets you pick what type of link you want to create. Do you want to link to a page that was created within ClubRunner, a specific club event, document, or a custom external link to a website other than your own? Once the type is selected, you will then be provided either a drop-down menu or a text field depending on what you've selected, where you can enter or select the page you want to link to. Using the Groups option, you can choose to create a group to help organize and keep related links together. Any links that are added to the same linked group will be displayed together within the Links widget. Once you've entered all your link details, go ahead and click on the Save button once you're happy. And then after adding all of the links that you would like to display, click on the Go Back button in the top right corner to return to the website designer. Next, we have our Events category. This section of widgets contains a few different options that you can use to advertise upcoming events to visitors of your website. We can do this with both the Upcoming Events and Speakers widgets. These two widgets function very similarly and will automatically pull the displayed information from their corresponding sections of the member area. Upcoming events that have been created within the Event Planner module will be displayed within the Upcoming Events widget, just like you see here. However, this requires the Show Event in Homepage option to be enabled within the Events options. To do this, we're going to click on the Edit Widget icon to be brought to Event Planner. Next, click on the Open action for the event you want to adjust, and then select Edit Details, and then at the bottom of the page is where we will find the Show Event in Homepage option. Make sure that this is set to Yes, and then we can go ahead and click on the Save button to save our changes. Once this has been done, the event will become eligible to be displayed within the Upcoming Events widget. For the Upcoming Events widget also, you can set a specific time frame for events to be displayed. For example, we can have it set to either have the next 2 months worth of events to be displayed, or we can change it to, say, 6 months, for example. This can be done through the widget properties. Here, you can adjust options like the layout, items to display, and the time threshold like I mentioned earlier. The speakers widget will have very similar settings to this as well. Once you've changed all the properties you would like to adjust, go ahead and click on the Save button to finalize those changes. The next section that we have available is the Bulletin and PR section. Within the Bulletin and PR section of widgets, there are quite a few that are available for you to choose from. All of these widgets mainly assist in regards to your club's public relations, namely the ability to share bulletins with visitors to your club website, additional social media options, as well as the ability to advertise any potential sponsors of your organization to your visitors. Let's go ahead and take the Bulletins widget for example. This Bulletins widget will provide visitors of the website with a list of the club's recent bulletins, organized into bulletin groups. For more information on how to create bulletins and assign them to bulletin groups, please see our Bulletin Live Designer webinar tutorial on our ClubRunner support knowledge base, www.clubrunnersupport.com. You can also use the Bulletin Subscribe widget to allow users to subscribe to your bulletin, which will add them to the Bulletin subscribers contact group that can be selected when sending out your bulletins. Next, we have the Facebook Page plugin widget. This will allow you to share a feed of your organization's Facebook page directly on your ClubRunner website. Simply drag and drop the widget onto your homepage, and from here we can edit the widget properties to access all of the regular properties we've seen before, but in this case we will also have access to the Facebook Page plugin settings section. This will allow us to adjust the Facebook URL to change the page that is displayed. You can also adjust some of the items that are displayed within the widget, such as the events, messages, and timeline tabs, as well as adjusting the size of the banner image as well. Remember to click on the Save button to finalize your changes. Finally, we have a number of sponsors widgets, including the All Sponsors widget, the Animated Sponsors widget, and the Single Sponsors widget. These can be used to help advertise any of your organization's sponsors, like local businesses, charities, or just about whatever you would like. The All Sponsors widget will simply display a list of all of your club's active sponsors, while the Animated Sponsors widget, similar to the Carousel widget we previously discussed, will rotate between displaying each of your sponsors with an animated transition in between them. Finally, the Single Sponsors widget can be used to display a single sponsor at a time. When your web page loads in a web browser, the system will display one of your club's sponsors. The widget will then be updated to display a new sponsor whenever the page loads once again. You can adjust the order for which the sponsors are displayed through the sequence setting for your individual sponsor. For more information on this setting and how to add a sponsor within ClubRunner, please see our How Do I Add a Website Sponsor article on our support knowledge base, clubrunnersupport.com. Finally, we have our last two categories, global and page-specific custom widgets. Custom widgets allow you to completely customize and create your own widgets within ClubRunner. Please note that global custom widgets can be used across your homepage and any custom pages for your website. However, page-specific custom widgets will only be available within the page that they had been created on. Other than this, they work exactly the same. Let's go ahead and drag in a custom widget. By default, the widget won't look like much, and is simply a place where you can enter in some text. However, by clicking on the Edit Widget icon in the top right corner, you will be brought to the full ClubRunner content editor. Here, you will have access to all of the same functionality that you would have, say, when creating a story. You can include links, images, embed third-party media like videos. You can also choose to format the widget however you would like with any of the available formatting options. Additionally, if you are familiar with concepts like HTML or CSS, you can utilize the Source toolbar option to gain access to the widget's raw HTML code. From here, you can insert any custom code you would like to truly customize and create your own widget. While it may not seem like a lot, custom widgets are truly powerful and will allow you to customize your website however you would like. Just be sure to click Save and Publish once you're done. That just about covers each of the different widget categories within ClubRunner, as well as a quick overview of some of the more popular widgets that are available for you to utilize. I hope this information was helpful and will allow you to customize your website to display the content that you would like to display. If you have any questions or would like more in-depth information on each widget, please visit our ClubRunner support knowledge base at www.clubrunnersupport.com.